Okay, let's start this.
I don't wanna just know about you if I don't know you as the father you are for me. I don't wanna control you, I just wanna behold you.
It's raining and there's traffic and it feels like Christmas right now. I'm gonna be really honest. A ver cómo hago esto. A ver, hay que poner esto por aquí. What's up, guys? It's the morning of September 21st and it's like Thursday morning. And it's also the day that I leave to Ywam. I feel so weird, dude. Crazy story, broke my phone. Had iPhone 7, broke, whatever, cool. My friend's like, yo, I got a phone you can borrow. Dude, it's cracked. It's worse than mine. It's ridiculous. But thank you, Holly. I love you, girl. Thank you for all this. Oh, shoot. It's like bittersweet right now. My life is about to be a completely different thing in a couple of hours. Oh, also shout out to Delmy. You all need to meet her. She thrifted for this. I don't know, she paid like $5. It's freaking Patagonia, yo. Pata-freaking-gonia. I'm gonna miss those mountains, guys. Wham. Why wham? Why wham? My name's Rosie. Born and raised in a hidden, faraway place from Los Angeles.
I'm just recording.
Fontana, California. So before Ywam, things were kind of good at home. My friends and I would do these worship nights. We'd travel a lot.
I should have brought
The visuals were starting to be super dope.
because right
I would just be floating to you now.
And the music. Yeah! Creativity was just flowing at home. But I really felt in my heart a pull from God. A voice saying, come away with me. There are some things that we need to work on. So I did. I went for it. I fundraised as much as I could. And I worked my butt off. Sold a couple things and I ended up in Ywam, Tijuana. This is Tiffany. I met her at a Joshua Tree worship night, and it just so happens she's the leader of our school. That's
Where was
Tiffany.
this? In Uganda.
And that's Tiffany right there.
Wow.
And I remember that she was like, you should come do a DTS. I was like, what in the world is that, Tiffany? She basically starts telling me about this base, and I'm like, it sounds so cool. They build houses for people, and I was like, okay, that'd be kind of cool. But at the same time, like, she told me the price, and I was like, she's crazy. Like, no way I can raise, what, $7,000? I met so many people, which was the coolest thing. It was like 40 of us, so you meet people from all over the world. You become super close. You guys are getting wrecked together, and it's epic, dude. Like, it's epic. Everybody is so fancy. You guys look so good. Aww. Look at them. Hipster on fleek.
It's so sad. This is such a good song. It's so sad.
You meet the coolest people on your DTS. It's crazy. So, yeah, it was wild. So you're with a group of 40 people, constantly getting undone every single day, walking together and just like hearing from God, There was a week that it's called like, donde teníamos que dar cosas.
Escuchando la voz de Dios.
That's Brenda over there. She's from Spain, bro. So there was a week called Hearing God's Voice. And like at the end of the week, we had to pray and be like, okay, God, like if you want me to give something that I have, like let me know. And then the next day we had a whole giving day of DTS, and we were all together in this circle. And then people started getting up. They would say random names and be like, dude, God told me to give you this. And it was like random things to like really intentional things. Like one of my friends got a guitar. He got 2 guitars, or I'm thinking he got 3. 2 or 3 guitars.
I'm done trying to do stuff on my own.
yeah, so people were giving things away, and it was really funny because I had shattered my iPhone before I got there, and I was holding around this super cracked iPhone, which you will definitely see in the vlogs. But a friend comes to me at the end, he's like, hey, I have a new iPhone for you. And I was like, no way, Jules. 2 months into it, they give you your outreach location. So for our photo storytelling DTS, they gave us Nepal or Brazil. And I remember sitting there next to my friend Alexis, who is now in Switzerland doing a crazy Bible school. We were sitting there and the Nepal video comes on. And immediately I was like, dude, I'm going to Nepal. It's mountains. They went to the Himalayas. And I was like, that's where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be in Nepal. And they gave us a paper. We wrote down where we wanted to go. We put it in the thing. And I remember as soon as I put that paper into like the basket, I had immediate like no peace. And I was like, what is going on, man? Why? I remember that I was praying in the prayer room and I started seeing this picture of a kid in the jungle, and he looked like little Mowgli, like from the Jungle Book. And I remember that he was walking, and it was like a movie. Like I could see him from the back, and I could just see his head walking and moving around big leaps. And I was like, what is this? This is dope. And for me, it was like, oh, it's me, you know, like I'm trying to get past my dreams, past like my desires, and just to the heart of God. And I just kept thinking that. And then this whole thing happened with my mom. Crazy stuff, really cool stuff. And so after that, I went to the prayer room that same day. And I remember just praying and just thanking God and being like, God, you are so dope. I close my eyes and I see this same kid, but I'm seeing it like from this angle, super crazy. This kid is running through the jungle at this point. I prayed about it and I came to my leader. So I was telling her, I'm like, Tiffany, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I might be on the, like I put in the wrong paper. Like I feel like I should be going to Brazil. She's like, you know what, Rosie, let's pray right now. God's gonna answer us. And I remember that was so new to me because I would pray for things and wait and not expect God to answer. And I think during the time in Ywam, God was like, Rosie, like I'm speaking, but you have to like hear my voice. You have to be still enough to listen. And so I'm with Tiffany. She's like, let's pray. So we start praying, and she's just like, God, like reveal to Rosie like where it is that you want right now. And I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna let my emotions, nothing get in my way.
I'm done trying to do stuff on my own.
So I'm like there. I'm like, hey God, like I just try to go into blank, and I'm like, whatever you say. So this is the crazy part. I start seeing twilight as I have my eyes closed. I start thinking about twilight. And I was like, that's so random, God, like the mountains or what? And as I'm thinking twilight, I'm thinking about them getting married. And then I start thinking, and like seeing this in my head of them being on a boat and then them getting to the island. If you're familiar with Twilight, they had their honeymoon in Brazil. This is so weird, dude. And I promise you, like, I don't even know what the heck. I was like, but I thought of Twilight, and then I thought of this, and then this and this. And I feel like I'm supposed to go to Brazil. So we changed it, and it happened. Like, the day came where they were gonna tell people where their actual outreach location was gonna go. And they called us up one by one, and they gave us like a ticket. And like mine was like me at the fireplace or something. So I'm walking to the fire pit, and I turn, and then I see my leaders, Kenzie and Alberto, and I was like, no way.
Yes, Julian, yes. Yeah.
I remember in that moment, it was just like so much peace and so much joy, and I was like, okay, God.
I'm done trying to do stuff on my own.
Okay, fast forward to the part where there was 3 Mexicans, there was like a New Zealander, there was like 5 Americans, a Canadian, and for some reason, us Brazilians, we got our budget, like what we had to pay was the most out of the whole school, which was $4,500. $4,500. Like, bro, we had just been there for 3 months. I think there was like 3 people that saved up and they were ready to go, but all of us had no money. And I remember thinking, God, like, this is probably not gonna happen. I didn't have the money. And this is another crazy thing. I didn't have the money. And so I think like a couple weeks passed and we were just praying and we didn't see any change. Amigos, a situation happened where it did not record this last part of the video. Wow, que loca me veo, no manches. So here I am, about to explain to you the last part of this story. It's a whole team of us. We're ready to go to Brazil. But it's like we don't have the money. We're waiting for the money. And if you didn't have your finances at this time, you weren't going. We have worship in the morning. And our school leaders decide, hey, we're going to have some prayer time. And just ask God to provide together. At this point, we were all surrendered. We're like, God, if you want us to go, you're going to provide. We prayed for probably about 20 minutes. They did worship. Then we start praying. And as we're praying, they had a whiteboard, right? They had a whiteboard and they had people's names that still needed money. And it was thousands. I think we were at 23,000, 24,000 or something that we needed to pay. It's crazy because as we're praying and we're just worshiping, like, the numbers start turning into zero. I will never forget this, dude, where, like, people in their own hearts, there, just our staff in our school, they were like, you know, I want to donate $100 to this person or something. And they would just start doing that. We went from 25,000 to 11,000 in 20 minutes. And dude, it was crazy because, like, a lot of them didn't have money. Like, they just genuinely didn't have support. And you start seeing their names have a zero next. I started crying, and then I started seeing just like everybody's starting to turn. It started turning to zero, and I was like, I knew it, bro. I knew you were gonna come through. I knew you were gonna provide. And so, yeah, we all went to Brazil, man. All 13 of us. I think it was 13. Maybe it was 12. It was 13. Oh, wild thing. Our leader Kenzie got sent to like Canada for like our first week of outreach, which was in Mexico. Crazy, like, it was wild because her visa was like something with her visa and her being in Mexico, but she's Canadian and she wasn't able to be with us like for the first 2 weeks of outreach. But we prayed so hard. We're like, God, like, please make a way. I think genuinely with all my heart during that season, God was like, I provide, dude. And I provide, like, for reals provide. And I have a way. And Kenzie would say something that I thought was so funny, but it's so true. If it's his will, it's his bill. So if you're watching this and, I don't know, maybe you start considering going to Ywam or something, dude, just watch. Just keep watching. It's so cool to put yourself at the edge of the shore or at the edge of the cliff and be like, God, I trust you. And not throwing yourself, because that's kind of like what the enemy told Jesus to do. But it's more like just being like, God, I'm at the end of myself and I trust you, and I trust you with all that I have, and I trust you with all that I am. And he didn't just provide the finances, guys. Like, God provided so much more. Like, these friendships, we went from 40 of us down to our group of 13, and it was time to go on outreach. And I remember getting in the car and driving away from the base because everybody prayed for us. We were able to pray everybody out, every team that was going out, because we were the last ones to leave. But I remember when we were finally leaving the base, Tiffany had written me a letter, and she had like gone with me through so much stuff during that season, and I'm so grateful for her. Because I was super bipolar, like high-key. Anyways, emotionally bipolar. Not like, I don't think it's a serious thing. But she wrote me a letter. She's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of, like, I don't know. She just wrote me a letter to encourage me. And I remember driving away, just crying and being like, we're all here, God. Like, you did it, man. Like, I freak out with this kind of stuff, man. Yeah. My expectation was always that God would just blow me away, that he would do something beyond anything that I knew. And he did that and so much more. So for the next couple of videos, I'll try my best to show you what God did with a group of 13 people with surrendered hands and a yes. I'm feeling more hipster than I really am. This place is lit. It's Delmi's home.